we actually did just sleep. What the heck? Ichika left the hotel while murmuring some nonsense to herself. We arrived at the guild and saw that the morning train. The morning quest board rush was in full effect. It was ridiculously crowded. She came back. In her hand was the quest slip for the Ordinary Cave quest. Fantastic. Seemed like it had just been put out on the day we went. Great timing. Our dungeon may be buff as hell now, but I don't want any adventurers dropping by before I've finished building the inn. The requirements were 2 or more F-rank adventurers and the reward was 1 silver. That's probably the same details as last time, I guess? Oh. Good job, Meat. I rubbed Meat's head, causing her tail to wag. Hey, are you totally sure we're packing enough for a mountain trip? I know you have storage, but still. I don't really want to use that too much in public, so yeah, I guess preparing a little better would be smart. I handed over 2 silvers to Ichika. Could you buy enough stuff for us with this? For 4 people? For sure. Rococo looked a bit angry to me, so I asked her. What's wrong, Rococo? Isn't the quest reward too cheap? We were able to beat Haku. How can we settle for such a low price? Well, that was 'cause your elder sister kept things on the down low. I was about to say that, but Ichika and Meat came back with the supplies. Master, I got us lunch boxes. I guess we head back now. And so, with our preparations complete, we headed to Tsaya Mountain. After we got some distance away from the town, I put all the stuff Ichika bought into storage and started running down the mountain road carrying basically nothing. We took 6 hours and 32 minutes to return. The sun started to set on the way there. Ichika was the only one among us without a wearable golem helping her out, but as expected of a former C-rank adventurer, she kept up just fine. Ichika gave some good advice, suggesting that we start setting up camp. Mayest. I'm super hungry. Can we, start setting up camp? Oh, whoops. I gotta let her inside before I start thinking about that kind of thing. And now that I think about it, I never even told Ichika where we were going. Nah, we don't need to set up camp. We're here. This is your base, master? I totally thought you were talking about a whole village or something. I had been planning on explaining things once we reached the dungeon, but now that we were there, I wasn't sure what exactly to say. This actually is our base. This is a cave, dude. Rococo just told the truth straight up. Ichika replied with her straight-up feelings. Yeah, can't blame her for thinking that. Let's just go inside. Tired as I was from running for so long, I wanted to sleep as soon as possible. We entered the cave and soon the rocky floors turned into paved stone passageways with dungeon lighting torches, 50 dp, casting bright, flickering lights along the path. As an aside, these dungeon lighting torches would never ever go out as long as you didn't move them from their initial position. They were probably using mana as fuel or something. Whoa! Hold up! This is totally a dungeon, isn't it? This is a dungeon. What happened to this being your base? It's also our base? This is a freaking dungeon. Yeah, it is a dungeon. Oh, look out! There's a pitfall right over there. Holy crap, there is. What the heck, dude? This is freaking dangerous. Ichika dodged the pitfall with an exaggerated leap. Ha, holy cow. I used to be a scout and I still didn't notice that pitfall. Wow, Rococo. You sure aren't fazed by these pitfalls. Aren't you G-rank? Well, it's me we're talking about. That's some hella confidence. Rococo gave a smug smirk. Yep. It's you. The dungeon itself. Oh, wait a sec, this is the Ordinary Cave, isn't it? I asked the guild about it. But this is totally not like what they told me. It should be super small with nothing in it. That's because the guild has outdated info. They were talking about the Ordinary Cave from a month ago. Oh, which means things changed since then. This dungeon probably had a paradigm shift. We gotta tell the guild about this. A paradigm shift was a dungeon rapidly growing or shrinking in size, as discussed in Intro to Dungeonology. Though that's just fake information meant to disguise the effects of dungeon battles. Master? Didn't you buy me for chores and stuff? Is one of those chores gonna be asking me to be a meat shield while exploring this dungeon? Ichika, watching Rokuko and Niku advance ahead of her, wasn't sure what she should be doing. Nope. I'm gonna have you work in the inn, not help out the adventurers. Oh, don't touch that. Spears shoot out of it. Gah! H holy freaking cow! Wait up, master! I guess this dungeon really is your base. No way would you be moving this fast if you weren't used to the place. Master doesn't lie. Niku was speedily advancing through the dungeon right in front of Ichika. She too had perfectly memorized the location of each trap. Suddenly it hit me that I could probably just ask Rokuko to withdraw us into the master room. I guess all this exercise has tired my brain out a little bit. Hey Rokuko. You can withdraw us, can't you? Sweet, thanks. Take us away to the master room. Eh? Oh, that's right. We don't need to go all the way to the core room. I'll just withdraw us here. What do you mean, withdraw us? My vision was engulfed by a bright light the moment Ichika asked that. My vision blurred and I felt a little floaty. Before long, I was in a familiar old white room. The master room. Our base within Rokuko's true body. I'm so tired. Hey, Kaima. I'm going to just go ahead and sleep right now. I turned just in time to see Rokuko plopping down onto her futon. Wait, no, that's mine. What gives? She has her own futon. What the heck? Where are we? Did we step on a teleportation trap or something? Oh, did I not tell you about this already? I'm this dungeon's core. Hold up, I'm not keeping up with this. You're a dungeon core? You're not a human, Rokuko? Ichika was rubbing her temples. Does this mean Rokuko is a human-type boss monster dungeon core? I've never heard about something like that. Wait, have I? It looked she was thinking about this as hard as she could, using all the knowledge she had. Unfortunately, the knowledge she had was intentionally spread misinformation, so she was basically doomed. I decided to call out to her and help her along. Hey, Ichika. Master, are you a demon king? Where did that come from? And Rokuko is a boss monster dungeon core, a human type one. If you're a demon king, everything makes sense. In truth, Ichika basically had the right idea. According to Haku, the demon kings of this world are all dungeon cores belonging to the Demon King faction, one of many dungeon core factions, with a great demon king on top ruling over lesser demon kings who in turn ruled over the rest of the dungeon cores belonging to the faction. In other words, since I had gained control over Rokuko the dungeon core, I was basically a demon king. Maybe that would make Haku the great demon king. Metaphorically. She wasn't really the great demon king. By the way, dungeon masters don't exist in dungeonology. Instead, there are things known as dungeon bosses. Sometimes it was a strong summon monster, sometimes it was the core itself. Rokuko was a human-type core, but apparently there were many other types, including dragon types. It would be rational to call Rokuko the dungeon boss from that perspective. So, what would you do if I am a demon king? I'll do anything as long as you feed me the good stuff. Are you planning on destroying Saya City? That'd be a waste of food. Let's conquer it instead. In front of me was a woman willing to betray humanity without a second thought in return for good food. Nah, I want to stay on good terms with that city. I don't want to die either. Okay. But think about it for a sec. If you conquered the world, we'd be able to eat as much tasty food as we want. How could we not do it? You'll at least give it a shot eventually, right? Correction. In front of me was a woman actively attempting to betray humanity and conquer the world for her own benefit. Conquer the world. That sounds really nice. Kaima, how about we make our ultimate goal world domination? There was also a dungeon core eager to join in. No thanks. Think about what we'll have to do after conquering the world. Ruling involves a lot of management and other tedious things. All I want is to build the dungeon up until I can sleep peacefully. I don't want to push my luck any further than that. But you'll do it if you get strong enough, right? I'll get killed if I stand out too much. So no. If I stand out, it won't be long before soldiers of God, heroes, come from my head. They'll probably have some cheat powers from that god or whatever, so the basic math is that heroes equal me dying pitifully. I don't want to stand out. I want to sleep. I'll tell you what's really going on here. Don't tell this to anyone else, but I'm the dungeon master of this place. Dungeon master? Oh, right. Haku's misinformation campaign is hiding the fact that the term dungeon master even exists. This dungeon is under my control. In other words, this dungeon and everything in it belongs to me. Oh. You're not a human either, master? No, I'm a human. But I wasn't raised here, so I don't know much about this world. Which is why you went and bought me. That's it. Well, anyway. Getting back here really tired me out, so I'm just gonna go to sleep now. Day 40 and so. Tomorrow afternoon, the next day. Huh? You think I would wake up in the morning? No way. I went back to bed. I decided to shift gears into making the inn for real. Due to the investigation quest, I had about 1 week to finish building it. The location I had chosen for it was right next to the cave's entrance. After working for a while and getting most of the outer walls set up, Ichika came sleepily walking out of the cave. Fwa. What's up, my dude? Yo. Morning. Hey, wait a second. Did she sleep better than me? What's up with that? I ignored Ichika screaming about how unnatural my create golem was and just focused on building. But dude, I didn't see anything like this when we got here. Were you hiding it from me or something? Nah, I started building it today. Dungeon masters or whatever are builders, too. Time to start with the foundation. I wouldn't be able to sleep in the inn if the foundations weren't solid. I'm basically making my own house here. Let's take this seriously. I took out some stone from storage and set it beside the clay and wood lying around. I had more materials than I could ever use. Mass of stone, change your shape and become a servant that obeys my every command, create golem. I poured mana into the stone while casting the create golem chant that I had said countless times during the dungeon battle. I didn't need to chant or anything, but for some reason, I used less mana when chanting and overall it just made the whole process much easier. Though doing the chant was so tedious I forgot to sometimes. I was pouring the stone into the giant hole and making a single giant stone slab. I didn't know much about real construction, but I figured that the stone would fulfill the role of concrete well enough. In place of rebar, I just made a pillar-shaped iron golem and jammed it into the stone mixture. Making pillars first, and then moving on to walls seemed like the smart thing to do. No way! How did you do that? Next up, the outer walls. I ignored Ichika's yelling and confusion because explaining all this would be such a drag. Hey Meat, I need some wood. Ready, master. After some time Meat came with some golems and a lot of wood, and of course it surprised Ichika. Again. Now to turn these logs into golems, create golem. And now the golems will just snap together, putting this there looks good, then that goes there, and done. The inn is built, see simple. Ichika's jaw dropped wide open after seeing me complete the inn, in just couple of hours. We went inside to check out our newly built inn, but Ichika had something on her mind so I asked her. What is it? Master, there isn't a kitchen, and we already built it all. Oh silly girl. I guess we will put it right here then. I removed the entire wall with my hand and it shocked her even more. What the F, master, no way. I heard a stomach growl loudly right after I said that. It wasn't mine. It was Ichika's. All that mind-blowing stuff has left my stomach empty. Oh, it's past noon, I guess it's time to eat. We were sitting on table when Rokuko came. Good morning. Looks like the house is done. It's not morning anymore. Did she also slept longer than me? But dungeon cores didn't need any sleep, what the hell? Oh yeah, there isn't a restroom. This is my first time making a house, so I did miss a lot, well whatever. I'll show you what my true power is. Haua. I pretended to gather power in my fist and bought a roll set 5 DP. Now that our dungeon was earning 100 DP a day, money was no longer an object. Dungeon points were no longer an object. Anyway, I waved the roll set 5 DP around, flaunting it. What the heck is that? Bread? Hehehe. Niku, my friend. Go ahead and feed her. Understood. Niku ripped the plastic off a curry roll, freeing it. The distinctive, spicy scent of the curry roll and the sweet scent of cooked oil filled the air, stirring my hunger. What the? I can't stop drooling. What kind of bread is mgh? It's a curry roll. It's a little spicy, but it tastes really good. Nika shoved the curry roll into Ichika's mouth as she flailed a little violently. No, this. Nam. Fwa. Oh no, this scent is making my brain tingly. Don't hold back. Eat as much as you want. This is Master's gift to you, remember? Mggh nam. Nnn ah. Sh show good. The ishtash show amashing. Perhaps due to the spiciness or perhaps due to the tasty flavor, Ichika smiled blissfully with teary eyes. For some reason, I was starting to feel kinda weird about the whole situation. I was born to meet this food. For sure. It tasted good, didn't it? Listen to me. If you serve Master well, he'll let you eat a lot of food just as good as this. I will. I'll do anything Master says, anything. So please, more. I knew she'd be happy with the food, but I definitely didn't expect her to go this crazy over it. I'm honestly pretty weirded out. The client this time is Kaima Masuda, a dungeon master summoned from a different world. At first glance, this structure he built is a magnificent inn. But it doesn't have a toilet. I lack various modern appliances in my daily life. But one craftsman stood up to fulfill this small wish. It was Ichika. I was thinking about building an open-air bath for the inn, when Ichika interrupted my chain of thought. Master, I will draw up a revised plan for the house, but what are you doing? I have decided on an inn concept. It didn't have a bathing area. A mountain inn needed an onsen, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so, I entered the second day of construction. I had my golem start digging holes, looking for a real source of hot water instead. Siam Mountain seemed to be a volcano, so it would definitely have some heat sources inside of it. If there was an underground stream of flowing water nearby, digging into it would get us hot water then and there. That would definitely be more efficient than just digging around randomly looking for heat sources. Though, finding the water stream was up to luck too. I developed drill golems in order to dig all those holes. I made a wearable golem for Ichika. This time, I based the design around a navy blue maid outfit set, 500 DP. That was what came up when I looked through the catalog for some clothes fitting for an inn receptionist. It was less a raw maid outfit and more a cosplay thing, but it came with gloves, socks, a hairband, and even underwear in addition to the maid outfit itself. Now isn't that just cheap for something that only costs 500 DP? Oh, and of course, it came with knee socks and a garter belt. Those two are very important to me and I won't accept any maid outfit without them. Holy cheese balls, this outfit is hella awesome. You're really letting me have this? Yep, be sure to wear it. Ah. That looks really nice. Kaima, give me one of those outfits too. I'm gonna play you off as the owner of the inn, so I'll be making you a dress like the one Haku wears. Yay! Thank you, Kaima! I can't wait! Meet, I'll get you a matching outfit, since you'll be an inn employee too. Start wearing it most of the time from now on. Okay. Oh dude, I've never seen lace panties before. You've got some good taste, master. Ichika went out of her way to spread the underwear apart with her fingers and show it off to me. Sorry, but my tastes lie a little bit lower than that. Right, you're one of those dudes into feet. Back at the market, did you ask for a slave with sexy feet or legs or something? You know, I remember him talking about my feet like that too. Oh huh. Ichika grinned after hearing Rokuko mutter. Master. Do you want to see me put these socks on? What did you just say? She's going right for my weakest point. Clever girl. You know, I'm your slave, master. You don't need to hold back at all. Holy crap. I wanna see it. I wanna see it right now. So much. I reflexively ended up staring at Ichika's feet, but she noticed something while rubbing the socks and stopped her teasing. Hold up. Why are there magic stones in these clothes? Huh! Well, so that they can help out even when you're not in the dungeon. Sorry, I shoulda asked this first. Is this a set of magic equipment? Magic equipment? I had never heard that word before, but apparently it referred to equipment that had special properties activated by pouring mana into it, just like magic blades. This is a rare item. I have never heard of magic stones in the clothing. If it doesn't exist, is it okay to use it so casually? I wondered just then. Ichika yelled it actually exists. So after giving her golem clothes, I thought of making her a weapon. She told me that she uses kitchen knives as her weapon, so I decided to make her one. I took out a tree branch and an iron ingot bar from my storage, and poured some mana in both, chanting my create golem spell. Ichika, watching from the sidelines, was dumbfounded as the iron ingot and the tree branch shone brightly, fusing together. And done! Well, at least it doesn't require magic to make golems. It's a golem. That's out of the ordinary, too. Moreover, it's a magic blade. Originally, create golem makes a humanoid golem. You can't make weapons with it, master. The same goes for your magic. Master's magic is already in the realm of the gods. No, you are a god, master. After Ichika said that, I asked the two ladies standing beside me, is that so? What do you two think? But before they could say anything, Ichika gave me a suggestion. As expected, create golem isn't a good name for it. What if you give it another name, master? Should I not use this, maker magic, then? Well, it's better not to use it in public. Do you want to cheat? Seems good. It's great. The inn looks like it's becoming an ideal place to stay. Master. You are being strange. A question for you all. Tell me, where is Kaima's other hand? And also, can you all hit that red subscribe button? Only 3.3% of my viewers are subscribed. Like, seriously guys, please hit subscribe. Pretty please. Alright then. I started telling them about Operation Inn. I first decided to build an inn to secure safe sleeping arrangements for myself, but consider this. The safe little, ordinary cave suddenly exploded into a decently sized dungeon, and it even got an inn built in front of it out of nowhere at the same time. What would people think about that? Answer: they would be suspicious as hell. So, I decided to try and make everything fit together logically so I could somehow explain things to the guild. Not to mention, Haku was actually helping me out with this. The owner of this inn will be Rokuko, little sister of the A-rank adventurer Haku. The inn was built by one of Haku's associates, who did so in no time with their skills. Are we all on the same page so far? My sister would definitely know someone capable of making an inn in a single day, or at least bringing one from somewhere else. After all, you did that yourself, Kaima. That's it. Well, be sure to keep the fact I made it myself a secret. It'd probably be annoying if people found that out. They all agreed with me so far. Haku herself suggested that we focus on presenting Rokuko as the little sister of the A-rank adventurer Haku. From there, I just happened to meet Haku, and one thing or another led to me lending my slaves to her little sister and owner of this inn. Bam! My role will be acting like an adventurer that stays in the inn and sleeps all day. Aren't you just going to do that because you want to? That's not a role, that's just you being yourself. It'll be a lot easier to hide a bunch of things if I'm supposedly in my room all the time. Not like I can do dungeon master stuff in front of people. Yeah, I totally see your point. It's perfect. I know, right? I glanced at Ichika, wanting to know if my plan wouldn't fly in this world for whatever reason. My dude, do you and Rokuko really know Haku the white-winged goddess? Like, for real? That's what you're worried about. Yeah, we do. And she gave us permission to say these things. She said we could use her name all we wanted if it meant helping out Rokuko. Like, seriously? I mean, with her backing, we can say whatever we want and nobody will question us, dude. The white-winged goddess is an A-rank adventurer and a major higher up in the imperial capital. Plus, she's partners with Chloe the black-winged demon and 4 other hella strong adventurers known as the 4 Braves, forming the S-rank party, the Dungeon Busters. She's got so much authority and power nobody's gonna question her. Nobody. In other words, Ichika was backing up my plan. After the dungeon battle, Haku had asked me what I would be doing. I told her I might set up an inn, to which she said, "Oh, and I presume Rokuko will be presented as the owner? In which case, you will certainly need my help." "Very well. I will permit you to use my adventurer identity as you wish. But in return, do a good job, understand?" Yeah, I hadn't thought that far ahead at all. I knew I wanted to make an onsen inn, but I hadn't thought up any ideas for how to make people not suspicious of an inn popping up out of nowhere next to a massively expanded dungeon. And yet, the approval of an A-rank adventurer fell straight into my lap. And you know, thinking about it, Haku's really doing whatever she wants as an adventurer, huh? She's got 2 names and a strong party called the Dungeon Busters. Does she destroy dungeons in her spare time? But you know, it's super funny that we're gonna be claiming that the leader of the Dungeon Busters is the older sister of an actual dungeon core. Like, talk about irony, am I right? Ha ha ha, yeah. The real irony is that she's also a dungeon core herself. Yeah, I'm still hiding Haku's true identity from Ichika. Slave or not, that information isn't something I should be spreading around lightly. Wait. Is this really okay? Is this actually gonna work? What's with you, Kaima? It'll definitely work. We have my sister on our side. Yeah, my dude. We'll be totally fine. You know, I was hoping that since you're the only one here familiar with how this world works, you'd kind of help me work out the finer details and stuff. I mean, I'm one to talk, but this plan is just ridiculous. It's filled with holes. Could you throw me a bone here? Day 42, it was day 3 of me building the inn. I just wanted a day to rest since I had been working really hard lately. Feelings are important. Also, golems were digging out the onsen while I was resting, so yeah. There were still a lot of things I needed to build, though. Although I could buy food with dungeon points, people would get suspicious if I didn't have fields and crops. So I would need to make some. While I was lazing around on my futon in the master room, Ichika suddenly said something. "Wait a sec, aren't you an F-rank master? This dungeon's definitely gonna be an E-rank dungeon, for sure. If you're not careful with those magic blades, it might even end up as a D-rank dungeon." I hadn't expected that at all. Naturally, it'd suck if I couldn't go into my own dungeon. The inn was located with the dungeon regions, so I wouldn't be stuck outside of it or anything, but it'd still be a definite problem. The simplest solution would just be to raise my rank. Going up to E-rank from F-rank just took completing 10 F-rank quests and a combat test administered by the guild. The combat test is something simple like killing goblins, right? If so, the main problem here is the 10 quests. The only F-rank quest I know of is that goblin extermination one. I mean, what's wrong with hunting goblins, my dude? I ranked up just from hunting boars. And so, I got to work summoning goblins and collecting enough right ears to fulfill the quests. Naturally, I'm not enough of a monster to summon a bunch of goblins and then cut off their ears. Feral goblins in the wild are one thing, but I owe a lot to summoned goblins. Heck, Gobsuk sacrificed himself to protect the dungeon core. Even I'd feel like garbage summoning them en masse and mutilating them. Guess I'll go hunt some wild goblins. Rokuko tilted her head in confusion. If you want goblin ears, why don't you just buy them with DP? Huh? What are you on about, Rokuko? We can't do that. Can we? There are dragon claws and stuff in the treasure section of the catalog, so I don't see why not. Why not indeed? I checked the treasure section of the catalog, but there were no goblin ears. Makes sense. It's kinda hard to call goblin ears treasure. But I didn't give up there. I checked the other sections and found right goblin ears under the materials section. Right goblin ears. 1 for 6 DP. 5 for 30 DP, which would earn us 30 coppers. They cost just as much as the quest's reward. The whole point is to encourage adventurers to take care of goblins hurting crops, after all. But whatever. This is fine. I care more about my time than that. The quest says to bring heirs, and that's it. I'm not breaking any rules here. Anyway, we have the stuff to get up to E rank now. I'll ask about what we need to do to rank up again just in case our dungeon ends up being restricted to D ranks and above. Ichika, do you remember what we need to do to go from E rank to D rank? I think it was 100 total quests done and a combat test at the guild. They'll want to see how good you are at fighting other humans. No need to sweat that, though. You and Meat would crush that junk, trust me. Dunno about Rokuko, though. Fighting other humans, huh? I might need a backup plan for that. If I can teach our wearable golems the combat techniques Ichika's built up over the years, we should be able to power up fast and hard. Even Rokuko would be able to take care of herself in a fight. Ichika, would you mind helping me train? And by that I mean, help train Meat. What about you, Master? I'll be watching. That's a very important job, you know. It really was important for me to watch their movements through the dungeon monitor to record them, and then teach the golems the same moves through repetition. I wanted to make more human-like golems in the shape of mannequins that would be useful sparring partners. There would be no downsides to doing so. Day 43, Day 4 of constructing the inn. It was already mostly complete, and I had already made one of the rooms mine. The onsen was the only thing left, more or less. I had enough wood to finish that on my own, so I had Ichika and Meat spar in the meantime. Meat was in her wearable golem Mark II, whereas Ichika was in her maid outfit golem. For weapons, I had prepared them wooden versions of their normal weapons. The wooden weapons were blades in shape only. Holy cow! What's with these clothes? I'm not using my muscles at all, but I feel hella strong. Wow, I guess this is Meat's secret. I'll definitely be able to pull off some crazy tricks with these babies. I want to try out a lot of moves today for Master's sake. My job was to watch them spar. Or more accurately, to open up the dungeon monitor and film them. I had put my wearable golem on a much more human-shaped mannequin golem. By having it repeat what was happening on screen, it would master the perfect moves for assisting me and thereby become the first truly complete wearable golem. This was a lot easier than what I did before, since I didn't have to teach it the motions myself. If it were a robot, I would have to program in detail the exact angle to move my legs, arms, and so on. No thanks. In any case, it was very convenient that my party rank would go up without doing anything if my party members were strong enough. Very convenient, very nice. I didn't even want to be an adventurer in the first place. I just wanted to have a nice time and sleep all day. And yet I get the feeling I've been working all the time lately. What's up with that? Well, no more. It's time for me to buckle down and get to snoozing. I dove into the futon, spread out on the floor of my inn room while still recording Meat and Ichika sparring. This is my room on the 3rd floor of the inn. The wall is 3 times thicker than normal, so it's perfectly soundproof. The bed is also the best kind that can be obtained with DP. This is the best sleeping environment I can make right now. My bed, it must be like this. Now finally I can sleep in peace. Kaima, or not. Just as I was about to jump in my bed, Rokuko came running, yelling my name. Kaima! We finally hit an underground water source. And it's warm. I try to sleep. And this is what I get? I mean, I'm not gonna complain about finding water for the onsen, but come on. Alright. I'll start connecting it to the bath and all that, I guess. It's clear. It doesn't smell, and it's pretty dang warm too. Ichika picked up the bucket, and, without a moment of hesitation, started gulping down the water. The hell? What are you doing, Ichika? Fwa. Okay, if I'm not dead in 2 hours, it's definitely not poisoned. And if it is poisoned? I was just kidding about being dead. At worst I'll get a stomachache or something like that. And 2 hours later she was still totally fine. The water wasn't poisoned or anything. Phew. I really hadn't expected her to just drink it out of nowhere like that. Seriously. And so, with the onsen complete, so too was the inn. Alright, guys. I think this is enough for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did and find yourself coming back on the regular, and are not subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button, it will help me grow, and don't forget to like the video so it can reach to a wider audience. I hope you all are fine and having a good day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.